All right, let's get started in child's pose. So we can get moving and grooving tonight. I love when we start moving in towards spring and summer when the daylight lasts for what seems like forever. We have daylight for the evening classes too. So for the first couple of moments, just let yourself get situated. Down on the mat, fingertips wide, taking up some space and putting aside all of the extra stuff that you had going on so that you can put the focus on right here and right now. Take a deep breath in together and exhale it out. Another deep breath in, fill up your chest, your whole upper back, and empty it out. One more like that, fill up, exhale it out. Start to build your ujjayi breath. Long inhales with a pause, long exhales with a pause. The breath sounds good already, so keep that going. Really on purpose, really intentional. Downward facing dog. Keep building the breath. Do all the little movements you like to take in your down dog to figure out where things are in space. Yeah, the wiggling around, the bending, the shaking out, all of that good stuff to get settled. Walk your feet up to your hands, hang in ragdoll. Keep building the breath. Full inhales, full exhales. Connect the four corners of both of your feet straight down into the floor, especially the inner edges of your feet. Connect those down into the floor. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your fingertips, bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. Set up those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths together. In. Empty it out. Good. 2 more. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one. Push the air out. Move forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain, long slow inhale all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Push the air out. Yeah, breathe in. Number 2, get empty. Last one. Exhale completely. Feet to hands. Halfway lift with your weights. Fold down. Extended mountain. Press into your feet and reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Push the air out. Full breath. More air in. Push it back out. Good. Last one. Get empty. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up and go back on this one. Stretch back. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High plank. Knee on the right. Knee on the left, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in together, clear it out. Breathe in, exhale. Last one, get empty, feet to hands, halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. One more Sunday, rise all the way up, stretch back, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull, high plank, knee tap, knee tap, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in together, push the air out. Yes, on purpose, breath in, clear it out. Last one. Get empty, move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down, chair pose and breathe. Right down into it, squeeze your inner thighs together, lift and spread your toes. Yes, inhale, reach. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, open your arms. Stay for the breath out. Back up to chair, stretch, twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Back up to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step through, one big breath all the way up. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side warrior one. Open palms or weights in your hands. Low push up. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Let it go. Breathe in. Get clear. Last one. Empty completely. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. One breath. Reach. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Back up to chair. Twist left. Breathe in and open. Stay and twist. Back to chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee taps on the left, on the right. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Plug your big toe mounds down into the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, step through. Warrior one, both feet straight into the floor. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Empty it out. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Get empty. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose, breath in, twist right on your exhale. Open up, inhale, stay and breathe out. Good, chair pose, reach, twist left. Inhale, open, stay and twist, back to chair. Forward fold, halfway lift, tricep pull, high plank. Knee tap, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. You got it. Step through. Rise up on your inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing. Opposite foot. Step through. You got it. Press, lift, reach. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Yeah, get empty. Breath in. Push the air out. Last one. Clear it. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Sit deep. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and get empty. Back up to chair. Twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee taps, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one, press a full inhale all the way up, chaturanga, inhale up, exhale down, left side, steps where you got it, long slow breath all the way up to your fingertips, chaturanga, hands to the floor, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, pull. Yeah, stay right here and breathe. Fingertips spread, feet awake. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Stay or flip dog. Then if your breath got quiet or the breath got short, just put your attention there. Big, slow inhale, long, purposeful exhale. On purpose with each and every breath. Flip back over side plank. Left hand wide open up toward the ceiling or a weight in your palm. Squeeze skin to muscle to bone on your legs. Reach your top arms towards the front edge of your mat. On top of your ears, stretch out. Fingertips to foot. Yes. One more breath here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Big clearing breath out. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open your hip. Stay or flip. You got it. Yes, Jordan. If wheel pose is there for you, go for it. Like if you're getting pretty close to it, take the chance and bring both of your hands to the floor. Yes. Flip back over, side plank. Top hand up to the sky and then integrate muscle to bone on legs, arms, shoulder blades, all in towards center. Stretch your top arm past the front edge of your mat and get long. Now you can readjust your feet there to catch the balance of arm out in front. Beautiful. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one. Get clear. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, crescent pull, hold down. Chair pose for one breath. Reach, fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Knee on the right, knee on the left, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing, right side crescent lunge. Step through. Get settled. Settle down in your feet. If your heart rate's pretty high, use your breath to slow it back down. Hands up to the ceiling. Knee dips with your back leg. So it can go down and tap the mat or hover just above the mat. Go for 5, 4, 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Stretch up tall. Hands to heart twist right. You got it. Feet stay connected to the floor. Press your front big toenail down. Good. Open your arms. Set your gaze right on one spot. Some of you can come deeper into your lunge, like you came out of it to twist. Ah, good adjustments. You're here for one more breath. Stay for the whole exhale, then warrior 2. Face the opposite way. Hold. Get settled. Sometimes it feels like warrior 2 is the first time you're like, woo, okay, let me catch up with that breath for a second here. Come down deep into your lunge. Stay deep in the lunge, extended side angle. Elbow to your thigh or your right fingertips down by your right arch. Add more breath. Steady and rhythmic so the heat can build in your legs and build up through the center of your torso. Take a half bind, top arm around your back. Maybe the full bind, bottom arm underneath your front thigh. And you can stay with the full bind if you want to take bird of paradise. So just walk your back foot to the front of your mat. Press down and lift your leg up. Yeah, Jordan, there you go. Yes, good. Kevin, you got it. Press into your left foot. High to low push up. Woo. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side crescent lunge. Step through. Here's your restart pose. Get started with what's touching the floor first and then slowly make your way up. Got the whole bum out of the back foot, the center of your front heel, eyes on one spot. Knee dips with the back knee. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch up tall. Press into your feet. Hands to heart twist left. Guys got some serious heat working in here tonight. I love it. Open up your arms. Set your gaze. Let the gaze anchor you right into this one pose. This is the only piece you're working on right now. Back thigh up to the ceiling for one more breath. Stay for the exhale. Warrior 2, unwind. Up, bring it all back into center, come down into a deep lunge and get settled into both of your feet. Extended side angle. Stay settled in your feet. Create a full pose, an equal amount of weight in both of your feet first, and then add the bind, half bind, or the full bind. Then settle in there, breath or two with the bind. If you're taking bird of paradise, you walk that back foot in, look down at the floor. That helps to keep your balance. Press into your foot, rise up, take your left leg with you. Last breath together, wherever you are. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. I think it's a good time for a sigh. Take a deep breath in. Yeah, number 2. One more, fill. Get empty, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Hold down. Chair pose and breathe, you got it. Get in front of what your brain is telling you and overcomplicating the whole situation. Just you and your breath, staying focused. Go from chair pose to iron footstool. Rise onto the ball mounds of your feet and reach your fingertips straight ahead. Yes, let the shaking happen. Hips are low. Drop your heels, hands to heart, twist right. Some of you are getting super low with those hips. Open your arms and spread your fingertips wide. Stay here for 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Chair pose, fold. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Set your gaze at the back edge of your mat. Your gaze right at the back edge of your mat. One specific point. Keep this steady breath you've got right here. Keep this steady breath. Take it to crow pose number 1. Set it up. Take your pose. Nice, Kevin. Nice float. Beautiful. Flex your ankles. Bring the inner edges of your feet together. Nice. Step or jump back. Little push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in together. A full breath out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Down deep. Deep in your hips where your toes can lift and everything integrates into center. Go from chair to iron footstool. Rise to the ball mounds of your feet and reach your fingertips straight forward. You got it. Heels down, hands to heart, twist left. Nice, Howard, doing that work. I love when I see you guys shaking. You're staying. You're like, nope, this is what I'm up to. I'm up to the next piece. What is that? Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair, fold. Gorilla, step on your palms. Goes all the way up to your wrists and tip your tailbone up to the ceiling. So you can play around with bending and straightening your legs or taking a wider stance with your feet like mat width distance. Sometimes that little adjustment can be exactly what you need to get what you want out of the pose. Steady breath, come back to that. Yes. Keep the steady breath. Crow number 2. Now I'll give you 2 options. You can get upside down or work on your jump backs. Whatever you're focusing on in your crow, great. You can go from regular crow to what we like to call a baby crow. So your forearms are on the ground, knees into the backs of your triceps. So this might feel like, well, my face is in the floor, there's no way. You can turn your head to the side and just pick your feet up off the floor. A little baby crow. There's definitely no chance of you falling and hurting yourself, yes, Tom, because you're like 3 inches off the floor. Good, wherever you are, stay in the work for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga, step or jump. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's regroup. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Good, breath in. Breath out. Last one, fill. Get empty. feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. Eyes right on one spot, and then put all of your attention on your breath. Get settled into the four corners of your foot. So for all the balancing poses tonight, I want you to focus on the four corners being in the floor, maybe so much so that you can lift the toes on your standing foot. That's right. Yeah, it'll really change the balance. The four corners, the big toe mound, pinky toe mound on both sides of your heels, so you can lift the toes. Left side eagle, left arm under, left leg over. You just start with your original pose, eyes on one spot, get settled into the standing foot. Add breath. And see if you can get the four corners of that right foot on the ground so you can lift the toes. Yes, Jessica, there it is. It might just be one toe to start, or they're light, but they're not off the floor. Yes, Alexa, beautiful. Right side eagle, second set. Settled into the eagle. Toes light. Four corners down into the ground. Yes, Susanna. Beautiful. Yeah, good balance tonight, everybody. Stay with it. Arms stay bound, take airplane with your legs. Arms stay bound, airplane with your legs. Stretch out through the crown of your head and out through your lifted foot. Full airplane. Reach your arms back behind you. Then notice how those four corners on your standing foot still connected. Can you reconnect? Half moon, open up. Bottom hand can come down to the block or the water bottle, the floor, wherever it needs to touch. Then expand out through fingertips and feet. Now, some of you are already going there, but you can take sugar cane here. Bend your top knee, grab a hold of your top ankle. Yeah, nice and slow, methodical, beautiful. One more breath. Both feet to the floor. Oh, shake that out. Left side eagle, second set. Left arm under, left leg over. Your attention to detail on the four corners of the foot. Light with the toes. Yeah. Seeing a lot of real high toes. See if you can keep those up. Arms stay bound, airplane with your legs. It's like you're juggling a couple of things, and I'm like, here's one more ball. See if you can keep that incorporated. Reach your arms back, full airplane. Yeah, some of you still got the toes up. I love it. Eyes on one spot. Half moon, open up. It's true integration where you've got the toes light and the four corners working in every single pose. Nice, Brian. Sugar cane if you took it on the right. Even there, are the toes light on the floor. Last breath, feet to the mat. Ugh. Right side, standing bow or dancer's pose. You want to take the strap and take dancers, go right ahead. Eyes on one spot. And get settled right from the beginning of the pose. Gaze, breath, plenty of feet moving around. You've got that piece. Settle in the four corners of the standing foot. Can the toes get light? Ah. One more inhale. Switch sides. Standing bow dancers. Add more breath on this side. Yeah, even if it needs to be like a sigh or a big exhale to reset, perfect. Do that. And then come back to your steady breath. Soften your toes on your standing foot. You got it. Yes, there it is. Right side, second set. No, you guys are making me sweat. I'm just standing up here. Lots of feet moving in this room tonight. Standing bow dancers. Final one on the right. Expand out through the shin, out through your chest, right up to the edge of it, where you run the risk of losing the balance because the pose is so big. Take the other side. Because there's a difference in standing bow and dancers between taking the pose and actually being a bow, like a tautly pulled bow. You're pulling back the bowstring with your shin, your heart forward. Pull those 2 points apart as far as they can possibly go, where there's lots of tension and both feet to the floor. Tree pose, right side. Any tree pose you want tonight. Right side first. Yeah, let this be the comeback to breath pose. Steady and slow. All of this work has expanded the space that's possible for your lungs, so you can bring in more air now and empty out more air. Get all of that extra stuff, clear it out of your way so you've got space. One more inhale. Switch sides. You can take the same variation or a different one. If you're taking the hip opener variation, I do recommend taking that on the other side. So you can stay even. Eyes on one spot. I think one of my favorite things about teaching is Ignite is that a lot of you have been coming for a long time and now you're experimenting, right? You're just taking what feels right in the moment for your practice, pose by pose. And it looks all different across the room, but you're all doing the same work. Take one more breath. Both feet to the mat. Come up to the head of the mat if you're not there already. Extended mountain. Reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee on the right. Knee on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Get empty. Last one. Clear it. Right side triangle. Take your breath with you. Steady breath. Hand can go down to your shin or to your block. Put your attention on your front ribs. Squeeze those into center. Like you're lacing up the sneaker, you're pulling the laces tight. Good. Now bring your shoulder blades together on your back. That same action. The sneaker laces getting pulled tight on your back. Nice, Olivia. Keep those two things intact. Ribs together, shoulder blades together. Rise all the way up to standing. Nice control. Turn both feet to face the long edge of your mat. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Hinge down. We're working the good old fashioned fold tonight, everyone. So you can walk your hands back between your legs and take your gaze back between your legs. Tailbone up to the sky. So the way to work on your hamstrings here, maybe this is enough information already. You've got plenty to work with here. If you're working to lengthen, you can walk your hands further back between your feet and tip your tailbone up to the sky. Little by little, you walk yourself back and tailbone up to the sky until eventually you're completely vertical. Crown of the head touching the floor, tailbone up to the ceiling. So that's the piece you're working towards. And if your head's already touching the ground, but it feels like your spine's not straight, you can walk your feet closer together. Yeah, there you go, Christina. You walk your feet closer together so tailbone is directly up to the ceiling and top of the head is directly to the floor. Nice, Roy. Yes, just like that. Now, press into your feet, rise all the way to stand. Namaste, front facing forward fold or splits. A lot of you have been working on splits. You can still stay in that work if you'd like. Hinge forward. Right back into your breath. Steady, smooth. There's a flow to it, a fluidity to the practice now. Splits, front toes up toward the ceiling. Nice. Those of you in the Namaste fold, square hips, right to the back edge of your mat. Twisting triangle or twisting split. Nothing changes about the square hips, about your awake feet, just the torso, rings out to the side. Add more breath. Twisting triangles can stay here, shift forward to twisting half moon. That back leg will float right up to the ceiling. Yes. Flex your lifted ankle. One more breath. High to low push up you go. Holy moly. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side triangle. Step through. You got it. Y'all, this is the level of sweat that I remember like pre-pandemic. It's amazing in here right now. Take your triangle pose, press your feet into the mat. That space where you're like, there's no point in wiping my sweat because it will immediately reappear on yourself. You just keep going and breathing. Work the two pieces, ribs together, shoulder blades together. You might find one's a little easier to access than the other. Yes, we're going to see you kind of going back and forth there. Ribs together, shoulder blades together. Keep those two pieces intact, a long front and a long back side. Rise all the way to standing. Namaste. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Never mind, I'm going to have myself hinge down. Yeah, so you've got two options, with the bind or wide leg handstand hops. Bind or wide leg hops. So if you're taking that bind, maybe you work the piece again of lengthening out your spine so the crown of your head goes further to the floor, tailbone goes higher up to the sky. So the thing to pay attention to when you're working that length is to keep a little softness in your knees. That's the give you need to lengthen the hamstrings. Release your hands down, press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Now namaste, front facing forward fold or splits. Lead with your chest, come all the way forward. Add more breath. Now's the time. You've done the work, you've cleared the space. Now is the time for more breath so it can fill up all of the room that you've already created, and you can take it with you into the back bends. Twisting triangle or twisting split. Open up. Nice broad chest where your collarbones can pull further apart from one another. Twisting triangle, stay or twisting half moon. Float the back leg up. It really takes a long, straight, lifted leg to float it right up to the ceiling, then high to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's bring in another side. Breath in. Good. Two more. In. Exhale. Last one. Clear it out. Roll out to a high plank. You can hold the high plank or take mountain climbers. Knees in toward your nose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to the floor. Locust with hands back by your hips, or Superman with your arms straight out in front. You choose your pose, rise up and away from the mat. Bring in the breath, big and powerful and intentional. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Yes, press through your feet, past the back edge of your mat. One more inhale, lower down. Rock your hips left and right to release your low back. Second set, stick with the same pose or choose the other one. Rise up and away from the floor. Locust or Superman. Pull into center. The length comes from the hugging into center line. The muscle into the bone, into center line. One more breath. Lower down. Hips side to side. Floor bone number one. Grab a hold of your ankles. Then draw your inner thighs together. Keep that long length. Rise up. Chest forward. Press it all the way past the front edge of your mat. Like if you were to go forward and touch the wall in front of you, your chest would hit first. Beautiful. Big breath. Lower down. Take it side to side. Floor bone number two. Rise up. Away from the mat, wide open chest, and then lead right through the sternum, your breastbone, straight forward to touch first. Chin straight back, one more breath. Lower down, take it side to side. Upward facing dog, rise up off your mat. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands, no overthinking, just jump through to sit. Staff pose, legs straight out in front. Sit up like a capital letter L. So for some of you, you might need to have a little bit of a bend to your knees so you can sit all the way up and out of your hips. Arms out in front. Lower your spine to the mat. Lower back. One vertebrae at a time. Like you're slow racing your neighbor. You're not racing because it's yoga, we're not competitive, but you're kind of slow racing your neighbor out of your periph. Yeah, all the way down. Not racing, but also maybe racing. Down to the floor. Bridge pose when you get there. Josie's just going to hang out till tomorrow, lowering down. That's good. I like it. Bridge pose, press down and rise up. Back into the breath, ladies and gentlemen. Back into the breath. Shoulder blades underneath you to help scoop your chest up to the ceiling. One more inhale. Lower down. Take your knees left and right. Second set, press down, lift up, bridge pose. Away from the mat, plug your big toe mounts down into the floor. Bring your right knee into your chest. Send your right foot up to the sky. Stay with a long straight leg or pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot on the mat, left knee in, left leg up to the sky. Stay or pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, knees side to side. Doing the work, folks. Wheel number 1, tuck your fingertips under your shoulders. Rise up. Rise up and out of all of the extra stuff, up into a big clear space where there's plenty of room and your whole body is stretched out. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in, breath out. Number 2, press and go, up and away from the floor. And if you're staying up in the wheel, and what's possible? Bigger back bend, a more concentrated gaze. Come on down. Breath in, breath out. Number 3, halfway, press, lift, go. Those of you staying can turn your feet more on 12 o'clock. Yes, bring your big toes in. You got it. Then tuck your chin and lower. Breathe in. Breath out. Number 4, press and go. You're getting there. Keep coming back to the pose and see what becomes available when you don't stop. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 5, rise up. A couple of you are still up. I like it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Tuck your chin and lower. Breathe in. Breath out. Last wheel. Total body expression here. Press, lift, move your whole body up. Lower to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Wowza. Okay, eyes up at the ceiling. Yeah, let out the sigh, let out the exhale. Flutter your lips. Never feels like the right fit. Happy baby or dead bug. Soles of the feet up to the sky. Whole spine down on the mat. And if you're rocking side to side in happy baby, let your knees tap on one side and then on the other. So you get that whole low back area on the mat. Legs straight up in the sky. Hands either alongside your hips or behind your head. A lot of you are getting a lot of control with the hands by the hips instead of needing to put them underneath your hips. Lower your right leg halfway to the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, switch. Good. Breathe in and switch. You keep going at your own pace. Gaze set on one point. Flex your ankles and spread your toes. Yes. So each one of the muscles in your feet and your legs pulls them together and works like a unit. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Belly down to the mat. All right, you can readjust your hands if you need to. Lower both legs 30 degrees. Lower them 60. Lower to hover, fancy footwork. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up, belly down to the mat. Set number 2, lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover, fancy footwork. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Got one more set of those. Breathe on this one. Lower 30. There it is. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Last fancy footwork. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Knees into your chest. Oh yeah. Hands behind your head. Abdominal twist. Knee to opposite elbow. Go for it. Flex those ankles the entire time. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. I know, rock up to boat pose, almost done with stability. Right up in the boat, either weights or your block at hands at heart center. Right up at heart center. Now, legs can stay up or tap your feet on the floor for more stability. Row that boat side to side. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. On fire tonight. All right, folks. Lizard lunge, right side. Right foot on the outside of your right hand. Right foot on the outside of your right hand. So you want to scoot your foot forward enough that the ankle's right underneath your knees. So if you take a look on your knees too far forward, yep, just scoot the foot forward. You can keep the knee up or down and back. Stay on your palms or come down to your forearms. If you're thinking about the forearms but you're not quite there, you can put a block underneath your elbows to bring the floor up to you. Yeah, that's the in-between. That's helpful. All right, breathe right here. And there's a balance in the lizard lunge between the pulling it up of your strong core that you just worked. Pull that and integrate it in. And allow the bones rather of your hips and your pelvis to come lower down towards the floor. Just little bit by little bit. Bones heavy to the floor, muscles enough to create the container. Steady breath. Let your right knee drop out to the right, so your right foot will come onto the blade edge, and then you can put your right palm in the middle of your right thigh to help twist your leg open to the side. And on the middle of your thigh instead of your knee, yeah, good adjustments. Let that come out to the side. So you might find you've got a little more room to let your hips come lower towards the floor. It might just be like a 1/4 of an inch, and you're like, yes, that's plenty enough. Stay here or bend your back knee and grab your back foot with your right hand. And you may need to come out of the pose a little bit to get that grip on your ankle or your foot, especially if it's sweaty. Breathe right here. Right side half pigeon. Walk your foot across the mat or take downward facing dog to reset. Right side half pigeon. So you may have even a little bit more room to work with that front shin if you could come closer to parallel with the front edge of your mat. Now put a lot of attention on your breath. So much focus on exactly where your body's expanding, how much air is coming in, how much you can push the air up and out. But it's actually easier for your brain to pay attention to your breath than it is for your brain to wander somewhere else. Make the breath so prominent that it's easier for the attention to stay here on your mat than it is to go down a list or to listen to a story your brain has to tell you, all of that other stuff. When you've got that much focus on your breath, it starts to carve out the muscle memory of what it's like to stay in the moment and have your brain's attention in the moment, and starts to weaken that pathway where your mind wanders every which way and distracts you. A sea of breath. Double pigeons. Swing your back leg around and stack shin on top of shin. A little bit of extra hips today. So you set the pose up however it needs to be. If your hips are tighter, you can straighten out your left leg and have the right leg over it like a number 4. And those of you who have a little more room to work with, maybe you fold forward here to increase the stretch. Breathe right here, that same attention to the breath. The mind has no choice but to stay right here. It's easier to stay right here. Eyes on one spot. Downward facing dog. There's some serious faces going on right now. Lizard lunge on the left. You can have the focused gaze and then also not clench your jaw at the same time. Lizard lunge on the left. Ankle under knee, start right from the beginning. So this side might be different from the other side in that the knee feels better up and down on this side, or maybe elbows are accessible on this side, they work on the other. So try on different combinations and then pick the one that works the best. It's the best part about the practice. Even though it is a set sequence, it's super malleable. So you can add on pieces and take off pieces each and every time you're on your mat. So you get this customized practice. Let your left knee drop out towards the left. You can put your hand on your left thigh if you want to open it up. Stay integrated. Core muscles in towards center. Bones of your hips and pelvis can come closer towards the floor. Stay here or grab your back foot with your left hand. Add more breath. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to grab it on one side and the other side. You're like, I don't even know where my foot is right now, and that's fine. Do I have 2 feet? I'm not sure in this pose. Left side half pigeon. Walk the foot across or down dog to reset. Get settled and then attention on the breath. Lots of heat, lots of space. Everything's malleable. It's just like taffy. It's warmed up and you're pulling it, stretching it out. Now there's plenty of room to work with. And attention to the breath, that makes it easier to stay here than to think about other things. And here's the thing, thinking about other things is going to happen regardless. But if you make it a little harder for your brain to think about other things, it's more likely to stay here in the room and on the mat with you. Your brain very much likes to take the easiest, shortest pathway from point A to point B. So if it's easier for it to stay in the room, it's going to choose that instead. Double pigeon. Shin on top of shin. You've got your blocks, your water bottles, towels, however you need to create the pose. And use all the tools you've got. And stay upright or fold forward. Steady breath. Easier to stay in the room than to go somewhere else. Both legs straight out in front, seated, forward, fold. Both legs straight out, toes up to the ceiling, hinge right at your hips. So you can put a block in front of your feet or a strap or towel around the end of your feet. Create it how it needs to be for you. Hinge forward. Steady breath right here. A breath that softens the back line of your body, from the back of your heels, up your legs, and up your spine to the back of your neck. The whole thing connected together. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms. Fingertips face the front edge of your mat and then rise up. Long front side of your body. Tabletops, plug your big toe mounds into the mat. Planks, point your toes down towards the floor. One more breath here. Lower down. Come down onto your back and let's get upside down. One last opportunity to get upside down. Any inversion you'd like to work on. You've got a couple of minutes here, so you can take your time setting up the foundation of the pose and work your way up to your feet. Eyes on one spot. Good control. And attention to detail that helps being upside down safe and stable. There's no rush. Headstands and handstands. You've got a couple more breaths in the child's pose. Shoulders down and waterfalls, you can make your way to plow. Long legs behind you. Breathe in the plow. Breathe deep so it stretches out back and shoulders. Plow to death yogi. Bend your knees, hug them around the sides of your head. A round spine, a round ragdoll like spine towards the front edge of your mat. Slowly lower down, piece by piece. Hug your knees in, give them a squeeze. Supine twist right. Supine twist left. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bones heavy, muscles soft here. Shavasana. Got your full eye towel by the upper corner of your mat. Settle yourself in. Take a long, slow breath in. Fill yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands over head. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final Oms. Deep breath in. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much for coming into the studio, signing in virtually, and making your sweaty practice happen this afternoon. Namaste. Ready? Okay, if you borrowed any of the props, just put them back by those puppies back there so we can spray them off and sterilize them. Eye towels go in the hampers. And if you have any questions, let me know. We put it on the studio. See you on Thursday.